Today, I'll walk you through how to make 7 figures selling your course without paying for a single ad. Now, way back before I became an entrepreneur, a man with decades of business experience approached me and said, look, if you want to start a business, you're going to need at least $250,000. Now, he was thinking from the brick and mortar industry, and that is still true today. But I was starting an online business. I was selling a course, and I began my business with a single dime, and I grew that business to a $50 million valuation. This screenshot right here is a P&L from just 1 year. No viral videos, no Google ads, no TikTok dancing, just a solid system that turns your expertise into revenue, even if you have zero previous experience. So let me walk you through the steps. Step number 1, turn your expertise into a course. Your expertise needs to qualify in 3 ways. Number 1, you love it. Number 2, you're good at it. And number 3, the market is hungry for it. You need to love it so you don't burn out. You need to be good at it so you actually can help people. And number 3, the market must be hungry for it, because no matter how much you love it and how good you are at it, if the market isn't hungry for it, you're not going to make money. So then it becomes a hobby or a charity donation. I don't think that's what you're interested in. Then you're going to break your course down into big wins. The way you create a course is you set up wins. And then you create steps from getting to one win to the next. Let me just give you an example. For craftsmen, the first win is called the heart conditioner, becoming the craftsman. It is training on how to have the right mindset and heart condition towards honoring God with one's wealth, being a responsible steward, and knowing how to hustle and keep going even when you run into obstacles. When they complete this, this is celebrated as a win. The next milestone or the next big win is finding your hyper niche. This is really important because you're going to create a new market where there is zero competition. No one else is creating a course on that topic, which makes it really easy to make money. The next win is creating your showstopper. What is that succinct statement that summarizes what you do? And this you can use as a guide for all of your marketing, all of your content, all of your course content, everything you do. It makes it really easy. It focuses you. The next big win is winning your first clients. Then the next one is, and by the way, you do that just using your phone, which is super cool. The next one is building your course prototype, then creating your offer, setting up your funnel, and making money. The way these wins are set up is so that each time a craftsman in the training completes one, there's a celebration that he just finished that, and it feels good and it's tangible, and he moves on to the next one. This is important because it motivates the client to keep going so they can start seeing results. And that brings me to step number 2. After you find your expertise and turn it into a course, you want to create an irresistible offer. And the way you do this, there's multiple methods, and I'm going to show you each step. First of all, you need to stack your offer. This is where you break your offer up into individual parts called offer elements. You don't want to just say, I'm going to teach you how to train dogs. Break it into different sections: how to deal with difficult dogs, how to communicate, what kind of leash to get, what kind of collar to get, should you use a vibration or shock collar, all those kinds of details. What if your dog is very motivated by food versus being pet and loved on and talked to like a 2-year-old? So those are key elements, okay? Then you're going to break it up that way. Next, you're going to overwrite objections. And what I mean by this is each element of your offer needs to address an objection someone would have to buying your course. So for example, maybe someone says, well, I'm not very good with animals. So one of the elements of your offer is going to say how to train a dog even with zero previous experience. See that? The next part is you're going to weave in testimonies into your offer. This is important. You're going to share how your course has changed people's lives. Now, if you're just starting and you don't have any changed lives yet, then share what it has done for you. Let me just give you a bonus. Everyone had to start with 0 reviews. Everyone had to start with 0 sales. You know, one of my clients, we just had one of our roundtable cohorts yesterday, and he goes, Seth, I'm just concerned about competition with Dave Ramsey. You know, what am I going to do about him? And I said, man, listen, who is your first customer? And he goes, I am. I said, exactly. So don't worry about Dave Ramsey. Begin with you as the customer, your results, and share those. And some people are going to be drawn to you, and you have a hyper niche that not even Dave Ramsey will be able to compete with. And they're going to be drawn to you, and they're going to pay you. And then as they get results, you start sharing their testimonies as well. That brings me to the next point. Add urgency. When you make your offer, give them something like 24 hours or 3 days before the price goes up. Add scarcity. Only 10 spots left. There's not a whole lot of room left for them. Reduce customer risk. For example, here's your 14-day money-back guarantee. If you reduce the risk for them, more people will buy. Yes, some will ask for refunds. That's fine. Honor that within the time frame, but you end up with more sales anyways. Both sides win. Step number 3, launch. I cannot tell you how many people hesitate at this part. This is the biggest struggle because people come to this with a perfectionist mindset. Nothing will slow down your business more than overthinking it. In Craftsman, I teach our clients how to find their first 15 customers only using their phone. No ads, no videos, just texts. And this is before they've completed the course. Because one of the best ways to get feedback on how to build the course is you win a client, you give them the first few modules, and then you build the next ones based on what they need. This is called a minimum viable product. It's MVP. You go into the market, your course is scrappy, it doesn't matter. You're gonna tweak it as you go. Listen, perfectionism is the enemy of success. You will never get anywhere if you try to make everything perfect first. The best feedback you will ever get is from customers, but you won't win customers until you launch. The end goal is to get them the outcome they want. That's it. Let everything revolve around helping them. And I promise you are going to crush it and they're going to love what you're training them with. And that brings me to the last step, step number 4, make excellent content. At the beginning of this video, I told you I'm going to show you how to build a 7-figure business without ads. Here's one of the ways. Make YouTube videos on the very topic that you are teaching. Make them practical, make them high value. When I make these videos, I really try to give you practical stuff that you can go and apply right now. And then as you're teaching, document, don't create. Creating means, oh man, I got to get this perfect video, the perfect audio, the perfect everything, thumbnail, and you're wasting time. What you need to focus on is just sharing what you're learning as you're moving forward. So if this is your first time and you just started your course or you're learning something about like how to get out of debt, share on YouTube what's working for you. Some people are going to go, oh man, I really like his style. I like his personality. I love his story or her story. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to get more information from them. And over time, they start consuming your content. And then, and by the way, if you document instead of creating, you're just sharing what you're learning as you go. It takes the pressure off of perfectionism and you're no longer being fake. You're just being real. And then invite. On every single YouTube video, I recommend you encourage them to join an email list or something similar where they can get more free content. You see me do this on this channel. Give them content, give and give and give. And then when you feel like the time is right, send them an email offering them after several months of great content an offer. Don't pressure them to say, hey, I have an offer for you, or I have an opportunity for you. Or maybe it's a mini course they could watch. And in the mini course, they're going to see your offer as well, where they can understand better what you are selling. And the majority of people aren't going to buy, and that's normal, but a percentage of them probably will if you did a really good job. And then you start making money as you're helping people. And that is a beautiful thing. By the way, if you like this content, click the link below and I will send you daily content. Have an awesome day.